Chapter 5, Part 3 and 4. Part 3, The Advent of Ainavili Ganpati Shripada Sri Vallabha. Tirumala Das began to speak. Sir, today is a good day. I had the good fortune of seeing you. I am eagerly waiting to inform you about the important events of Malayadripuram and Pitikapuram. My dear Shankar Bhatt, you received the prasadam of Varasiddhi Vinayaka. You commence writing Shripada Sri Vallabha Charitramrita book from today. You will receive the blessings of Sri Vallabha in Kuruvapuram. I was a great Vedic scholar in my previous life. I was a great miser. At the time of my death, I noticed that the calf that was just born was chewing an old rag. As I concentrated my looks on the dirty linen at the time of my death, I am now born as a washerman. A person gets a birth according to his concentrate wishes at the time of his last breath at the termination of a birth. Due to my good deeds in the past, I was born in Malayadripuram of the Palnad region in Kartapuri district. This Malayadripuram became Maladi in the passage of time. In that village, there were two families with their surnames as Maladi. One is the family of Maladi Papnavadhanulu, who was a great scholar. He belonged to the lineage of sage Haritasa. The other one was Maladi Sridhara Vadhanulu, who was also a great scholar. He belonged to the lineage at sage Koshika. The sister of Sridhara Vadhanulu, Rajamba, was given in marriage to Bapanadana Vadhana. Both the brothers-in-law were erudite pandits. Both of them went to Ainali village in the region of Godavari for the great sacrifice of golden Ganpati. Some savants argued that according to scriptures, Ganpati should receive the final fire ritual with his trunk and grant his vision of bright golden hues. The two great scholars who were officiating over the conduct of the sacrifice swore that they would strictly manage all proceedings according to the Vedic scriptures and that they would make Sri Mahaganpati emerge before their eyes. At the end of the sacrifice, Ganpati granted his vision of golden colored brilliance and accepted the last fire ritual with his trunk. He also declared that he would incarnate shortly on a Ganesh Chaturthi day with complete potencies and virtues. All those who attended the virtual were amazed. There were 3 atheists in that congregation. They raised a controversy that all that was seen was only an exhibition of magic and hypnotism, and that Ganpati did not figure at all in the final sacrifice. They argued that if it was genuine, Ganpati should grant them proof once again. Part 4, The Greatness of Kanipaka Vinayaka. Then the holy hash in the sacrificial pit took a human form and changed afterwards as Mahaganpati. Then the Maha form said, "Fools, before Shiva killed Tripursura, before Vishnu subdued Bali, before Vishnu obstructed Ravana from taking away the Atmalinga of Shiva, before Parvati Devi stayed Mahisasura, before Adi Shisha shouldered the weight of the earth, before Siddhas achieved occult powers, before Cupid conquered the world, and before celestials obtained their desires. They worship me. I am the repository of all powers. I am omnipotent. Divine forces as well as devilish forces are within me. I cause all obstacles. I am also the remover of all obstacles. Who do you think Dattatreya is? He is barely Dharmasastra, the son of Hari and Hara. Brahma and Rudra merged in Vishnu is in the form of Datta. Ganpati and Shanmukha merged in Dharmashastra form also is the form of Datta. Now that Datta is always a personification of the Trinity, as an indication that Mahaganpati is in the form of Sripada Sri Vallabha. His incarnation will take place on Ganesha Chaturthi. Be it known that the traits of Subramanya will make him a Jnana avatar. Note that his aspect of Dharmashastra will show that he is in the beginning and origin of all religious activities and rituals. His ensuing incarnation is not the result of caution between parents. Illuminating light takes a human form. I am cursing you. In spite of seeing the personification of truth with eyes, one of you uttered falsehood. He would be born blind. The other one ridiculed the personification of truth instead of praising it with speech. He would be born mute. The third one would take birth as a deaf one because he paid a deaf ear to the truth told by so many truthful devotees. The three of you would take birth as brothers, and after seeing my self-manifested figure, you will be redeemed of your sins. My dear, those three persons were born as brothers in Kanipaka. If the Trinity is abused or Datta, the personification of the Trinity is abused, countless committees occur. These brothers took land measuring 1 kani and were cultivating it. In that field there was a ground well. They used to draw water from the well with the help of a lever and a bucket attached to it. There was a severe drought one year. The groundwater level depleted on one day when all the water dried up. The brothers attempted to remove sand with the shovel. The shovel hit a rock under the water and blood oozed out. When his hand touched the blood, the mute one gained speech. Water was rising in the well. The deaf one was cured of his disability on touching the water. The third one, who was blind, gained sight when he touched the rock in the water. That rock is the self-manifested Vinayaka statue. As the shovel hit the rocky icon on the head, blood started streaming out from there. To install that Varasiddhi Vinayaka, Satyurishi Bapana Vadanulu and his brother-in-law Sridhara Vadanulu visited that village. Varasiddhi Vinayaka said to them, I came from Mahabhumi to this world. I am incarnated in the earth or nature. This nature will undergo many changes in due course of time. My advent already took place in the nature of water, fire, air and heaven. The holy ash in the great sacrifice conducted in Ainavali took this form. I am instructing you about the future duties. The degrees of potency of Kalas in Srihaila are on the way. You have to harness the brilliant power of the sun and deposit that power there. On the very day you perform Shaktipata in Srihaila, by my great Shaktipata will take place in Gokarna, Kashi, Badri and Kedar at the same time. The time is getting ripe for the incarnation of Sripada Shivallabha. Sridhara, I am changing your surname to be Sripada. Your family members belonging to the lineage of Koshika shall henceforth thrive with the surname of Sripada. My dear Shankara, Sridhar Vardhanalu and Bapana Vardhanalu migrated to Pitikapuram. I witnessed many childhood plays of Sripada Shivallabha. I will narrate them with more details tomorrow. I had a boy from my first wife. His name is Ravidas. He resides in Kurvapuram village and in rendering appropriate services to Sripada. I am staying with my second wife and children in Kanipakam, abiding by the orders of Sripada. Here I am living following my family profession. You will meet many great people in Pitikapuram. You will learn many important things on meeting the noble Vaishya Panda Venkatapaya Shrishti. Sripada used to call him with the change in name as Venkapaya Shrishti. The protecting hand of Sripada is available for the family of Shrishti. Meet Vatsai Narsimha Varma also. He has close affinity with Sripada Swami. The book to be written by you on the life of Sripada Shivallabha will be blessed by Sri Charana. Except for the book you write, there will be no other way that could portray the comprehensive history of Sripada Shivallabha. This is the order of Sri Charana.